In the medical world, this is known as benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, or BPPV, and it is by far the most common cause of vertigo for people over the age of 50. To understand why this happens, you have to look deep inside your ear. You have tiny calcium carbonate crystals that naturally reside in a specific part of your inner ear. Think of them as microscopic stones that help your brain sense gravity and keep your body balanced. However, as we age, these crystals can easily break loose. They escape their normal pouch and float into the semicircular canals of your inner ear, tubes filled with fluid that tell your brain when your head is rotating. When you move your head, like rolling over in bed, looking up at a high shelf, or bending down to tie your shoes, these displaced crystals drag the fluid with them. This sends a massive false signal to your brain that your head is spinning wildly, even though you are standing still. The result is a sudden, terrifying sensation that the room is spinning violently around you. Usually, these episodes only last for about 20 to 60 seconds, but they can leave you feeling nauseous and off balance for the rest of the day. The good news is that a doctor or physical therapist can often fix this quickly using a series of head movements, like the Epley maneuver, to guide the crystals back to where they belong. This condition is known as orthostatic hypotension, and it becomes increasingly common as you cross your 50s and 60s. Have you ever been sitting on the couch or lying in bed for a while, and when you stand up quickly you suddenly feel incredibly dizzy, lightheaded, or feel like the room is fading to black? That is a blood pressure issue, not an ear issue. When you stand up, gravity naturally pulls your blood down into your legs and belly. Your body has tiny sensors called baroreceptors that are supposed to instantly detect this and tell your heart to beat faster, pumping blood back up to your brain. But as we age, these sensors can become sluggish. They don't react as fast as they used to. As a result, your brain experiences a temporary shortage of oxygen-rich blood, causing that intense wave of dizziness and unsteadiness. This can also be heavily influenced by medications. Many people over 50 take blood pressure pills, diuretics, or heart medications, which can heavily amplify this effect. Dehydration is another major trigger. If you aren't drinking enough water, your blood volume is lower, making it harder for your body to adjust. To prevent this, try to stand up in stages. Sit on the edge of the bed for a minute before standing, and pump your ankles a few times to get the blood flowing. Unlike the quick, 30-second spinning spells caused by ear crystals, Meniere's disease is an entirely different beast. This is a chronic disorder of the inner ear, characterized by a buildup of extra fluid, known as endolymph. We still don't know exactly why this fluid builds up, but the abnormal pressure it creates inside the ear disrupts both your balance and your hearing signals simultaneously. An attack of Meniere's disease is often severe and can completely knock you off your feet. The vertigo doesn't last for seconds. It can last anywhere from 20 minutes to 24 hours. During an attack, the spinning sensation is usually accompanied by intense nausea, sweating, and vomiting. But what really sets Meniere's apart is what happens to your hearing. Before or during a vertigo spell, you will typically notice a loud, ringing, roaring, or buzzing sound in one ear, a condition called tinnitus. You might also feel a strange sensation of fullness or heavy pressure in that ear, almost like you have water trapped inside it after swimming, along with fluctuating hearing loss. Over time, repeated attacks can lead to permanent hearing damage. While there is no absolute cure, many people over 50 find significant relief by strictly managing their diet. Reducing salt intake, cutting back on caffeine and alcohol, and managing stress are critical steps to prevent the inner ear fluid from building up. When you hear the word migraine, you probably imagine a blinding, throbbing headache that forces you to hide in a dark, quiet room. But vestibular migraines are entirely different, and they are highly misdiagnosed in people over 50. Vestibular refers to the system in your inner ear and brain that controls balance. In a vestibular migraine, the electrical misfiring in the brain doesn't just trigger pain sensors, it directly attacks your balance centers. Surprisingly, many people who experience vestibular migraines don't get a headache at all, or the head pain is very mild. Instead, the main symptom is intense dizziness or a severe loss of balance. You might feel like you are rocking on a boat or like the floor is suddenly dropping out from under you. This dizziness can last for minutes, hours, or even a few days. Along with the vertigo, you might experience extreme sensitivity to bright lights, loud noises, or visually busy environments, like the highly patterned aisles of a grocery store. Fast movement on a screen, like scrolling on a phone or watching an action movie, might make you feel instantly sick. Triggers include lack of sleep, high stress, weather changes, or specific foods like aged cheeses and processed meats. Recognizing this as a migraine issue is crucial because treating it requires specific migraine medications and lifestyle changes, not traditional vertigo exercises. This is the most important point to remember. While the vast majority of vertigo cases after age 50 are caused by benign issues like ear crystals or blood pressure changes, a sudden onset of severe dizziness can sometimes be your body's only warning sign of a life-threatening medical emergency. Because the balance centers in the brain are located very close to the areas that control vital functions, vertigo can occasionally be a symptom of a stroke, a transient ischemic attack, often called a mini-stroke, or a neurological issue. You must be able to tell the difference between a harmless inner ear problem and a brain problem. You need to seek emergency medical care immediately, call an ambulance, and do not try to drive yourself if your vertigo is accompanied by any of the following red flag symptoms. If you have sudden double vision or a loss of vision. If you experience numbness, tingling, or weakness in your face, arm, or leg, especially on just one side of your body. If you suddenly cannot speak clearly, if your words are slurred, or if you can't understand what someone else is saying to you. Finally, if you have a sudden agonizing headache unlike anything you have ever felt before, or if you are so off balance that you cannot stand up or walk without instantly falling over. Do not wait to see if these symptoms pass. Time is critical when it comes to strokes, and getting professional help immediately can save your life.